We're going to start off Women's Evolution 2 with none other than a WWE Women's Championship match. Your challenger, the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus, going up against Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, who won the title earlier at the top of the year and is still going strong. Tiffany time is still going strong. I think this is pretty easy to call. I think there's no other way to go with this match, even though Trish Stratus, I think, will have a hell of a match with Tiffany. Trish Stratus showing that she still is one of the greatest females of all time in women's wrestling. No further proof than what she did just 2 years ago with her feud with Becky Lynch. However, just like her feud with Becky Lynch, she will end that feud as a loser, and Tiffany Stratton will retain her women's championship and get a very powerful win. Next, we have a tag team match, a 8-way fatal corner match, whatever you want to call it, with your challengers in Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Sol Ruka and Zarya, and the Kabuki Warriors facing your reigning defending tag team champions from the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. This, I think, has the potential to be a very exciting matchup. But who will leave your tag team champions? Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, just forming a team, have been kind of telling that story since WrestleMania of them crossing paths. Can they make it work, even though both of them have massive egos? Can they overcome that and work together as a team to win? You have Sol Ruka and I feel like I'm not saying that right. Sol Ruka and Zarya, who are on NXT, that have been working great as a tandem. They feel like true friends, best friends. Meanwhile, you have the Kabuki Warriors, who have teamed up before and we know can work together to win as a team, versus the only team that really is on shaky ground, which is your tag team champions in Rodriguez and Roxanne, who are still trying to figure out how to work together since Liv has been gone. The Judgment Day is very intriguing because, yes, they have all the belts and they're supposed to be dominant and all that, but at the end of the day, we've already been there, already done that. I don't think we need to have Raquel and Rodriguez. I don't think we need to have Raquel and Roxanne keep those tag team belts, especially since I don't expect to have many title changes on this PLE. If any belts can change, it can definitely be your tag team championships and boost some morale in your women's tag team division. So who's going to leave Texas as your women's tag team champions? None other than the Kabuki Warriors. Now, I don't like how they put them together. They didn't have to earn their way in. However, it is what it is. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, are two of your best competitors in the women's division, and we know how well they can work as a team, and they will, I believe, give a boost to the women's tag team division, as they will truly show what a tag team looks like in any division. Next, we have a triple threat match for your Women's Intercontinental Championship. Your challengers, Lara Valkyria, Bayley, and Becky Lynch, your reigning defending Women's Intercontinental Champion. Now, meanwhile, Lara and Bayley have been having a little mini, disagreements, and Becky has been kind of just chilling in the background. Will that play a factor in this match, or will Bayley and Lara figure out a way for one of them to win this match and leave champion? I say no. I think what would be a better way to go is have Becky retain the Intercontinental Championship and start a feud between Bayley and Lara, with potentially Bayley turning heel and eventually joining Becky as she goes against Lara, who has been kind of being a jerk and kind of being selfish. But I think Bayley works so much better as a heel. I think eventually it should lead to Bayley turning on Lara. Meanwhile, Becky, she should be busy with someone else But now let's talk about one of the best feuds of the year in Jade Cargill versus Naomi. And this will be a no holds barred match. Now, I don't like that one of these people have to lose because both of them need to win. So they kind of book themselves in a goddamn corner right now. Because I don't like the idea of your Money in the Bank winner losing, even though that has been typically what they do with the briefcase winner, which I'm like, why would you bury your briefcase winner if they just won the briefcase? I don't understand why you're doing that. Meanwhile, you can't have Jade Cargill, who's your number one contender for your women's championship at SummerSlam, lose either. So I don't really know how to book this because I don't want anyone to lose. But of course, because after this is SummerSlam, there's no way you can have Jade Cargill lose. You can't have that. She is the main priority, and she's a babyface. So Jade Cargill has to defeat Naomi. I think you have Jade defeat Naomi. However, don't make it in dominating fashion. Have it almost be like a fluke, and have Naomi take out Jade in some way or fashion. That way she can get her heat back. I think that's the best course to go. Again, God, man, I don't want either one of them should not be losing right now. And you made it no holds barred, so there's no way to book yourself out of it by no disqualification or no contest. So part of me almost believes ever Jade Cargill talk about it and have her get beat. But no, I'm not going to do that. Have Naomi lose. She'll be fine, especially with what they're going to do at SummerSlam. Jade will not leave SummerSlam as champion. I think it will be Naomi. So it is what it is. And Naomi's such a strong character that I don't think it hurts her, but just disappointing that we're going to treat your Money in the Bank winner like this, because I know damn sure they're not going to do Seth like that. But, it is what it is. So, yeah, Jade will defeat Naomi in a no-holds-barred match and be 2-0 versus Naomi this year. Following this, I do think we get the Women's Battle Royal for the World Championship match at Clash in Paris following SummerSlam. Now, we don't know all the women involved in the Battle Royal. I don't think WWE knows all the women that's going to be in the Battle Royal. I think they're just now finding out at the end of Friday probably who's all the women that's going to be in it. I think there's only one route to go. I think you have Stephanie Vicure, who I think everyone has called for Stephanie Vicure to win. I think she's a hell of a talent, but I also think it's way too soon for her to be getting a World Championship match. I think it's too soon. Have her challenge for a mid-card title first, which is why I think her and Becky is the route to go at SummerSlam. Finally get done with Becky and Lara, Becky and Bayley. Have Bayley and Lara go against each other. And you have Stephanie go after Becky and have Stephanie be the one to defeat Becky for that Intercontinental Championship. And then you can eventually build her up to the main event. But yeah, I think Stephanie is not winning this. I think she's the only one that people are calling to win. However, I think there's going to be a winner that nobody sees coming. That is none other than Bianca Belair. Yes, I think Bianca Belair will make her triumphant return to the ring since her WrestleMania match in Las Vegas. She will return, win the Battle Royal, and be the number one contender for the Women's Championship at Clash in Paris. I think it'll be a great surprise. I think people have been reporting that she's still not ready. I think they're doing that on purpose. That way we get this big surprise of her return. Again, I think it's a hand injury. I have not known a hand injury to take a finger, really, just a finger, to take this long to heal. So I think they're doing that on purpose to kind of give people a reason to miss Bianca, since she has been getting booed somewhat since WrestleMania. So giving people a chance to miss her and eventually set up her going after whoever the winner of Jade and Tiffany Stratton will be, which possibly could be Naomi at the end of the day. And I think that's the best route to go. Have Bianca return. Have her be the one to face either Jade, Tiffany, or Naomi at Clash in Paris. And now for the main event of the evening. We have Rhea Bloody Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's Heavyweight Championship, with Rhea still not having a win or that big fat dub over Io Sky. That's really the only story of this match. They have not built this any other way outside of Rhea's never being Io. Rhea's never being Io. Okay, we get it. Hot damn. And because I feel like the build has been very piss poor, Io chose her challenger. Rhea didn't have to go through any hoops to get a title match. Didn't have to really go through any obstacles. There is no way Rhea Ripley wins this match. I know a lot of people have Rhea winning, and it makes a lot of sense. You will think that you will leave Evolution with a big title change. Rhea Ripley, who is probably your biggest name in the women's division in the WWE, you would think you would end on a high note. However, I think you do not end on a high note. I think you end with a shocker, because I do not see Rhea defeating Io. Why? Because of the Kabuki Warriors. Yes, the Kabuki Warriors figure out a way to interfere, costing Rhea the match, working with Io. Io retains her title, defeats Rhea Ripley again. Making Rhea still have to climb an obstacle and mountain to get that title back, which is the proper way to go. Io turns heel. That way you give her a clear direction for a character and a proper story to tell. Bringing back the Kabuki Warriors to team up with Io, I think it's a proper way to go to make Io look like a boss. You reveal that she was the mastermind behind this, and she felt like she was the backdrop, wasn't being respected as the women's champion. And now everybody will remember at the end of Evolution 2, it was Io who defeated Rhea to retain her title. That is the only way to go. Now, do I think that will happen? I just, you know what? Yeah, I do think that also will happen. But let me know what you think about Evolution 2. Who you think will be the winners and the losers? How would you book? If you had the opportunity to book Evolution 2, who would you book to win and lose? Like, comment, subscribe, share all the things are the things. Welcome to the high, bitch. There's Hayes Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. If you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.